In part one of our Oregon adventures, we visited the Owyhee Canyonlands, and man, the wildlife, the views were just so majestic. In this episode, we're going to travel to Leslie Gulch and see what that has to offer. So follow along as we head over to our next destination. Well, we woke up to a bunch of rain this morning. We were hoping it would rain last night to cool things down, but it waited till morning, of course, right when we were wanting to make some coffee. But rather than make coffee inside, we're going to get out of here in case it gets too dangerous to drive in later on. I hear that with a little bit of rain, it can make the roads pretty slippery and pretty dangerous. So we're going to head on out, at least out of this area, and then we might hit Leslie Gulch later today, depending on the weather. But either way, we're gonna make it back to town and refuel, get some supplies, and then we're gonna regroup and see what the plan's gonna be for the rest of the day. But just by looking outside, it's looking like this is gonna last for a little while. So we will keep you guys updated, and we'll talk to you soon. Some of these roads have been washboard roads, but the Agile off-road rib kit is eating it up like crazy, and it's pretty smooth for the most part. It's pretty loud in here just because things are banging around. But as far as the suspension goes, it's taking these washboard roads pretty easily. Not a lot of vibration on the steering wheel or anything, but I think we feel most of it inside, but for the most part outside. The suspension is doing a pretty good job on these roads. We're heading over to Leslie Gulch right now. I haven't done a lot of drone footage, and you'll see why. Well, we made it to the Leslie Gulch area. And man, this is so beautiful out here. What'd you think of the drive down, buddy?
It was good.
Pretty epic views, huh? Pretty epic views. And look at this little spot that we found. Pretty damn cool. We're gonna chill out here. Probably make some lunch. We're all hungry because we didn't eat breakfast. My wife, she's hiding. That's all right. Let me show you this epic views. Let me look at this. This is the boat launch down here. We're gonna walk around and see maybe if we can get a spot to go do some fishing. But look at this view. Can you believe this? Once again, the van did wonderful. I've been pushing its limits and it's been doing really well. Been pretty impressed with it so far. We did air back up, not all the way up, but we did air back up to 40 and 50. 40's in the front, 50 in the rear, and it did pretty good. But look at this, wow. Pretty amazing. Also, I did want to share something. This van came with onboard air, as I mentioned before. I went to turn the compressor on to go air back up here, and see how it keeps on running. Sorry, my hands had too much coffee this morning. But do you hear how it keeps running? It's not supposed to do that. That means there's a leak somewhere. And sure enough, I went to air and there's just no pressure. So these vans actually come with plastic hoses, rubber hoses, and they can't handle the pressure. And let me just show you, well, let me see if I can see the air chuck in the rear, and so I can kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. So here's the air chuck. And see these rubber hoses? They tend to either pop out of their connections or they easily will rupture. So one of the first things I'm going to do when I get back is actually exchange those for braided hoses. And that should help out with any kind of leaks or anything going forward. We did go to a gas station and aired back up. And that's how we aired back up for today. But anyway, just wanted to share with that. You might want to be careful with that when you get a factory onboard air compressor. Like, the manufacturers don't care, they just put them together. They don't care. For the people that actually use these for off-road and actually plan to use the compressors, it's a good idea to get those replaced, because you don't want to get, I mean, it's not a big deal, but if you have to use your spare or you have to patch out the tire, you want to make sure you have a reliable connection, a reliable air compressor. Anyway, I'm gonna hike down to the river and see what's going on down there. But check out this little campsite, it's pretty cool, huh? Look at that. It's gonna block us from the wind, if any. Right now we're lucky. I shouldn't have said the W word, but right now we're being lucky, and then we'll come back, get some lunch going, enjoy the river, and go from there. I'm gonna leave you with this footage. Enjoy the view. think of this place, Liam? Pretty cool, huh? Pretty epic. You, Shelly? I don't want to talk. Howdy, partner. Well, at this point of the trip, I think we're all a little bit exhausted, but it's been an epic trip. There was one more place I wanted to check out before we made the long trek home. A little place called Rome, Oregon. Just off the highway here, there is a site called the Pillars of Rome, and I wanted to check them out, and I'm so glad we did. The site itself turned out to be pretty amazing. But before we did, we wanted to top off with diesel before the long trek home. They came out of that garbage can.
What did? What garbage?
Well, we made it back home in one piece, safe and sound. What an epic trip it really was. We actually made it back in time to go get some ribs at the local rib cook-off that they hold in Sparks, Nevada every Labor Day weekend. Man, I can't get over how great this trip was. The grandkid had a lot of fun, and that's what counts. Thanks for following us on this adventure. It was really fun, and I really hope to do a lot more of this stuff. If you made it this far in the video, please make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video with some friends. Anyway, talk to you guys soon. But before I go, remember,
take life by the horns. Peace out.